He's there. Um, just got done work. And he's, hey, Tammy, cool. Yeah, I wanted to do a live stream. I just saw something crazy, and we were talking about this the other day, I think, and then we had who's that? There you go. Yeah, the manager send them out. There you go. And they managed to. I should say they managed to send them out. Just now, or not now, but just recently, maybe the last 24 to 48 hours. Telephone poles and electrical lines out in, I believe this was out in, well, the first one happened in Nevada a week or two back, I think near Reno or somewhere, and like 20 shit tons of electrical lines went down, right? But trees weren't knocked down, but power lines were up and down the roads, and I mean a lot of them. It just happened again. This time it was in Memphis, Tennessee, I believe. Same thing. They're saying it was some kind of downburst, whatever the hell that means. I guess like a wind or whatever took them down. And you know what? That's bullshit. And then the other day, you're saying about what do you call it? AT&T having control over the whole network of phones. That went down, or there was a problem with that. We're about to get hit. I just heard that the Pentagon is looking into sending in troops into Russia and trying to take over, capture some of their nukes. That's what I just heard. Hey, what's up? Is that Amir? How you doing, dude? What's new? Yeah, so anyway, supposedly, there's a plan that they're talking that they're going to go in and try to go into Russia and capture nukes or something. This is insanity. I guess they're thinking they're going to use them in Ukraine or whatever. How the fuck did we ever get to this point? The whole world's about to go up in smoke. How you been, Amir? How you doing? By the way, you guys already know there's two live streams going on right now. It's of course Pale Rider and Legends and Tales of Josey Wales. Who's that? How you doing? Wait a minute, can't read that. Nate Doggy, how you doing, dude? Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, hopefully everything's going all right over there, dude. Like you're good deal. That's good to know. What's that? What's up? How you doing, Chris Perez? Where are you guys from? Thank you for subbing. Appreciate that. Trying to build both channels up here. I'm hanging in there, Amir. It's crazy shit going on in the world. Like always, though. What's that? Did you saw what they did to Grok? No, what happened with Grok? I didn't. Something today happened? California you're at? Okay. What's the weather like out there? I'm on the East Coast, dude, and it's been humid and hot as shit lately. What happened with Grok, Aramir? It's embarrassing to say. All right. But something evidently happened is what you're saying. You know what? I'm getting a little freaked out by AI. AI's just taking over everything. Yeah, anime. Yeah, that's like the Japanese cartoon stuff they have. Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean. 80 degrees, dude. But you guys, it's probably not as, hopefully it's not as humid as it is on the East Coast. We getting rain and then it just turns into a steam bath over here. It doesn't really cool it off, but for a couple minutes. Yeah, it's Japanese cartoons, anime, isn't it? I don't know why. You know what? It's not even that good with animation in that. I don't see what what people liked about it, why they got so into it. A lot of people are into that anime cartoon stuff. By the way, I don't know if you guys notice over here, there's another live stream. I might have just said that. So if you're hearing me talking to other people, they're on the other live stream. So you got Preacher Pale Rider and you got Legends and Tales of Josey Wales. Both my channels here. We'll get yeah, exactly. Yeah. What's this? Wow. Yeah, there's crazy shit going on all over the world, bro. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't even, to me, it doesn't even look like art almost. That, hey, what's up? What's that? Ukraine War 9000? Is that your name? Are you in Ukraine or are you in America? I'm going to guess and say you're probably in America, and I'm also going to say West Coast. Just a guess. What's this say over here? Just try something good. Yeah. Wait a minute. Just for me, it seems so cheap. What's that? Like Death Note. What? Amir, do you watch that stuff? We're talking on the other live stream about anime. I don't know if you guys probably know what I'm talking about. The cartoons. I guess it's Japanese. Never heard of Death Note, but I don't watch that. But I have seen anime cartoons. I don't see why people are so into that. But to each his own, I guess. You know. Yes. You're from West Coast, possibly. Is that what you were yesing about there, Ukraine war? What's this say? Yeah. Real life scream. Live stream. I get what life scream, live stream. Sounds pretty close there, dude. Yeah, the whole world's about to go up in smoke. We're sitting here talking about cartoons and shit. It's off the hook, man. It's not even. I'm laughing at it because it's hard to believe what's going on in the world. You leaving? Leaving America or leaving the live stream? It's not cartoons, bro. What's it? I prefer cartoons and look better than Bugs Bunny. You forgot. So anyway, I started off talking originally about the stuff going on with the weather. For instance, all the rain we had all across the country, but Texas got flooded. But in the beginning of that flood, the rainwater in certain areas was blue, like it had food dye coloring or something. It was so bright blue, it was ridiculous. That means they were putting chemicals into the atmosphere that came down. That's what I think that means. So they're poisoning us, basically. And why? Why is our governments of the world doing shit like this? Because you know it ain't the guy down the street or, the man who owns the, restaurant or this or that. No, this is fucking people. This is governments doing that to us because they're shortening the population. Let's get real. That's what's going on. They're trying to kill us off like we're vermin or something, in my opinion. And think about it for a few minutes and look at what the hell's been going on. All the, even I'm sitting here drinking water that now they're telling us has both microplastics because it's in a plastic bottle and also has forever chemicals in there. Well, that's why it's so tasty, I guess. Yeah. I mean, what the fuck? Is there anything normal anymore? Since the COVID shit, Everything's went to hell in a handbag. It's unreal. What's that? What media do you like the most on TV shows? Movies or music or anything else? Amir, to be honest, I like watching a decent movie once in a while, but I hardly watch TV anymore. I'm on like YouTube or on the internet more than I am TV. I don't even, matter of fact, to be real about it, I don't even have a TV right now. It broke a little while ago. I never replaced it. The problem is that if you even look at the news and shit, we're being brainwashed, and we don't even, it's done subtly, but it's also done like a sledgehammer on the head. So they got you on different levels, just fucking with your mind. You know, the easy way and the hard way. I mean, constantly bombarding you with shit and then subtly bombarding you with shit. So you don't even realize that they're forming your opinion for you. That, you know, I can't even go there because it starts to piss me off when I start talking about this. I don't know why what's it say? Yeah, that's just the way I feel, Amir. You know, in my heart of hearts, is I'm not going to watch too much TV because they're programming us as if we're all androids or computers. And that's why they want to put a chip in your hand and go to digital money, because it's all about power. It's about enslaving everyone, in my opinion. What's it say? About South Carolina. Yeah, what did that get flooded out to? President of the United States. Yeah, something's up with Trump, too. You know, put it this way. Trump said something that I think people better fucking pay attention to. There you go. American flags. Look, I'm a patriot, but you know what? I don't want this digital money shit that they're pushing on us around the world, because the government can easily, if they don't like what you're saying, and you have freedom of speech, it's in the Constitution. You have the freedom to, you know, have a firearm for protection, and they're telling you need a permit. No, you don't. That's a fucking lie. And why it's a lie is because you have the Constitution. Don't let them sell you a bill of goods like that, telling you it's bullshit. All that shit's bullshit. That's what the Constitution says, that we have the right to bear arms, and they're trying to make different reasons why you might not be able to, and this and that, and you take the bump stock off these guns, and know this and know that, and they're trying to limit your ability to defend yourself. Meanwhile, they have no problem as a government making nuclear missiles to wipe out civilization. And, you know, that's not the little guy fucking trying to do that. The little guy's trying to protect himself and his home. But these jerk-offs who make the rules can sit there and make their bombs and all this bullshit and say, oh, it's for defense. No, it isn't. Fucking nuclear bombs are an offensive weapon. Now, you could say it's deterrent, but evidently it's not, because these maniacs are so fucking crazy that they're ready and willing and able to fucking use a nuke anywhere they need to get their way, because you know what? They don't give a shit that to blow everything up and rule over the fucking ashes. That's how sick our leaders are. Just putting it out there. That's my opinion, YouTube, and I'm sticking to it. You know? Sorry to go on a rant, but talking about this shit gets under my skin, you know? It's some screwed up shit going on in the world. Really like your guns, huh? No, I like to not have someone come and attack me in my home, you know? That's what it comes down to. It's not about a love affair with firearms, dude. It's about, you know, I don't feel like being a victim. And you know what? As soon as you give up any way to protect yourself, that's when bullies step forward and try to put the shit to you big time. Think about it. Happens every day in the world. You know, you always have somebody that's trying to get, you know, over on you. Our government's doing the same thing. So did anybody hang around, or did you all run away? Because I'm not seeing any new comments, and I'm down to one person on that live stream, 7 on the other. That's cool. At least somebody's there. No, I'm just venting a little bit because a lot of shit's going on that to me screams that our governments are doing these things. These bioengineered or not bioengineered, manufactured weather events. And then they're trying to, say that, oh, this is because you're burning fossil fuels. Get the fuck out of Dodge. That's not it. Because you know what? If that was it, we've been burning fossil fuels for years. These are extreme weather things that are happening now because DARPA and other fucking things. Hey, Tammy, are you still on the live stream or did you get booted off, by the way? I didn't even see any. Is anybody on there? Nobody said a word in a while. So I'm wondering if it's froze up. Probably. Let me see something here. Let me see. Okay, wait a minute. What the hell's going on? Yeah, just don't point it at your face, dude. Is that Wiz? Damn straight it will. Pretty soon, that'll be what you'll need. When people start starving and they come to raid other people's houses, you'll be damn glad you have some way to stop them dead in their tracks. How you doing, brother? Now, I mean, I'm just speaking from the heart. This is my opinions. You can have different opinions and you can speak freely or try to. But we're liable to be censored anyway. We're getting censored all over the place. Liz, where are you from? Are you from America by chance or another country? Let's see. Hey, wait a minute. I think you know what? Yeah, dude. Blue Rocks. Didn't you leave a comment for me? Am I wrong? Didn't you used to go to Frawley Stadium? Was that you? Yes. Dude, I talked to you before. How you doing, bro? All right, cool. How you been? Now I'm just on a little bit of a rant today. I just see the world circling the toilet, and nobody seems to be saying much about it. So I'm figuring I'm just going to speak up a little bit. It's a messed up world. Yeah, man. We just had fireworks up Frawley Stadium tonight. They had it's usually only Fridays, but they had a cancellation a couple months ago. I guess a game was called off or something, and they made it up today. And they did fireworks yesterday and today. Yeah. Are you still in Wilmington, bro? I used to live over. Do you know where Reed Street is? Okay, you're still in the neighborhood. There you go. I used to live up on Reed Street. It's not the one in town, more up by Broome Street and Lancaster Avenue. Okay, Anchorage Street. Yeah, right on, dude. The weather's been shitty, hasn't it? This heat's killing me. Yo, what's up? Little bit of pure gold. How you doing? Is anybody over on the other live? I can't seem to. Ukraine, are you gone? Ukraine war. I don't see it. I don't even wonder what happened to Tammy. Let me see if. Trying to find out what happened. Tammy's gone, and usually that means they booted her. And same with other people on here. Wait a minute, maybe. Yeah, they've been messing with the live streams. What's this say? Yeah, dude, it sucks. I sweat my ass off all day long last couple. And the air conditioner in the damn car ain't working. Is that what you did today? You guys getting hit with humidity too? I can't figure out why the other live stream ain't working. I wonder if what's going on with that. Let me see. Wait a minute. Somebody might have. Good. You can hear me. Yep. Yeah, we drive on the right side of the road over here. Where are you from, dude? Are you from Ukraine or are you telling me you're from America? It's delayed too. Okay, you got the American flag. Okay, because I asked you about that. Yep. Yeah, so anyway, I started off talking about they're pushing this digital money shit on us. And evidently the only one stood up against it out of all the Congress was Marjorie Taylor Greene. She said, no, this is leading us to the beast system. I agree with her. What's it say, Liz? Went to the new... dude, I was down there today. I stopped in there. I probably walked right by you. I was down there about... let me try to think what time it was. It was about 10 in the morning or maybe 11, somewhere around there. Drive on both sides of the road because I pay taxes on, but you know, that's a good point there, a little bit of pure gold. Damn right. Get your wear and tear on that. Get what you're paying for, right? Speaking of that, hey Wiz, you ever been up in like Hockessin area? I was up there. I just door dashing up there today, right? Making a few extra dollars. The frickin' roads back in there, they're so narrow and people rip around there. I thought I was a dead man earlier. I'm telling you, the road conditions are all right, but there's no shoulders, there's no guardrails. You can drop the hell off in this one area. I don't know how I didn't get crushed today. It was, what's that say? U.S. generals warned something about, wait a minute, hang on. Yeah, here it is. Wait a minute. War is inevitable. U.S. deploys nukes to, man, they're talking, I just saw a thing up top there. They're talking about nuclear wars coming to a town near us. Yeah, it's going to happen the way they're pushing it. These leaders of our country, so-called leaders, like I said, man, they'll blow up everything as long as they can roll over the ashes. They don't give a shit. Mount Shannon, yeah, exactly. All those roads up there, dude. Yep. Tell you gotta have some money. Way up there in the Hockessin, I'm like way back there. Man, you ought to see the houses are ridiculous. Looks like you're up in Hollywood Hills or something. There's one area. The big money. They're ridiculous. And dude, they're so far back, you know, they know what they're doing. They got their own little sanctuary in there because they know the shit's about to hit the fan. And they probably got security out the wazoo. They probably have their own little personal army or militia protecting all those houses up in there. You know, security. It's ridiculous. Meanwhile, you know, you live in town, you're ducking and dodging gunfire like it's a regular day back a couple years ago. It was really bad down there. You know, I was living on Reed Street. Someone got shot right out in front of my house. I was at work. Kid was walking by and other kids drove by and they must have known him, had a beef with him and shot him in the foot. He didn't die or nothing, but happened literally like 10 feet from my front steps. He was walking down and they did a drive by on him. It's like, man, oh man, glad I wasn't there in that time. Yeah, it's all, back in the day, dude. You know, Wilmington was like a murder capital for a minute there. A couple years back, dude. It was crazy. It was ranked up there. It might have been. I don't know if it was the. It was as bad as Detroit. You know, it was really bad for a year or two there. Is that my neighbor got killed 2 years ago? What's that sitting on? Yeah. Wow, that sucks. Yeah, you remember, Johnny's Market, dude? He got shot just trying to run his business. Someone went in there. I think somebody out of New York or something came down there. I don't know if they were trying to rob him. They shot him. That old Polish guy in Browntown, Johnny, on Cedar Street. Yeah. Yeah, I know where Cedar Street is. Yeah, the fucking world's off the hook, dude. And kids today, it's no big deal. They don't realize, they don't think it through. They'll go out and try to be a badass, pull a gun, use it, and they think it's like a TV show. It's not, not real or whatever. And then they're sitting in a jail cell for the rest of their lives. Yeah. And they're doing it to impress people. Those same people will rat you out in a heartbeat and throw you into the river, instantly if to protect their ass, It's a messed up world. Yep. Yeah, I don't know what happened. Tammy was on there, or somebody else was on there. I think they got booted off, man. YouTube's been doing that to So Ukraine war. Are you still on the live? It looks like there's nobody up there now on the top. Maybe because nobody's talk. Oh, there you go. There's somebody in there in that chat. We fought then. We were friends. Exactly, dude. Exactly. I grew up in Drexel Hill originally. Yeah, we'd have a fight with a neighbor, brutal fight, and the next day you're out playing basketball or doing something, hanging out. You got over it. Nowadays, you know what it is? They're all getting fucked up by shit they're watching on TV and everything else. It's pushing violence to the point where, it just seems like you're playing a video game out there. And they can no longer tell the difference almost. Yep. But did you know who I was talking about? Johnny's Market? Yeah, they're afraid to fight. Exactly. Exactly. And you know what? Some of this is brought about because the economic situation that's out there in towns, cities and stuff. What I mean by that is their parents, are working 2 jobs. They're latchkey kids, a lot of them, and so the streets raised them. It's nobody's fault, but the government, maybe not the government, but yeah, the government maybe, but because the economics of the way, they can't get a good education. They can't get taught right from wrong. And then they took prayer out of school. Like, you're not even allowed to pray if you wanted to, even quietly in the corner or nothing. You have no moral. There's nothing. They don't know the difference between right and wrong, sorry to say. And that's the way there you are, Tammy. Did you get knocked off the thing or did you have to hop out for a minute? What's it say? Actually, he bought Johnny's Market. Okay. It wasn't Johnny that. I didn't know. I always heard. I didn't know Johnny, but I heard that he got shot a couple years ago. What's this? I saw the spending numbers that came out. we're screwed. People are out of money. Exactly. Yep. It's all about the collapse. Over in Europe, they're already in almost full collapse. And it's happening here now. Okay. Fighting is a thing. Yeah, we're over here talking about fighting. Me and Wiz. Wiz lives in my neighborhood. He subbed to me last time, I think. He grew up right near Frawley Stadium. Yeah, we do live streams. Probably maybe like 3 or 4 a week. Or we were. I've cut back a little bit. What's that? Traveling is down to nothing this summer, and Walmart put out the quality numbers, the quarterly numbers. Sorry, it's worse than they are admitting. Yeah, nobody's got any money. You're right. Yep. I wonder how the beach is doing, on the East Coast. Are people going down there like 4th of July, or are they just staying home? They're getting ready to dump another pandemic on us, too, people are saying. There's some other kind of crap going on. I don't know where I heard this. Mosquitoes that are have somehow people getting infected by something mosquitoes are carrying, and it's probably Fauci. What do you call it? Gain of function shit or whatever. What's this? But Trump wants to say we are doing great, best economy ever. Yeah, Trump's not dealing with reality on that. Unfortunately, we're circling the ball, and he's trying to keep it upbeat, but the whole world's going down quick. It's crazy. Yeah, it's freaking humid as shit today, man. I'll tell you what. Yeah, do you go down to farmers market a lot, bro? I used to go down there and sell shit back in the day. Like I had back by the fence. I used to bring antiques and all kinds of shit. Exactly, dude. People can't even pay their bills anymore. It's ridiculous. And I got crushed. Was your electric bill through the roof during the winter down here? Mine was ridiculous. Yeah, I go down there all the time, dude. Dude, I probably walked by you 100 times, dude. Let me see what you look like. I probably know you. Yeah, I might have seen you down there, dude. I'm down there a lot. Do you know any of the vendors? I know. I don't know if you know Antonio, Mexican guy on the lot, down like right between the lot and the field. He's always got good stuff. Yeah, the electric bill was ridiculous. Newcastle County, and people were complaining about it, and they weren't going to do shit about it. You drive an orange van. If I see an orange van, I'll know it's you, dude. You know him. You know Antonio. He's cool as shit. Yeah, Yeah, man. I'll tell you what. My electric bill was through the roof. A little bit of gold. Him and his wife. Yep. Yep. I sold them guys all kinds of stuff through the years. Yes. A lot of jewelry and shit he's got down there. You name it, the dude's got it. Yeah. Trying to think who else you might know down there. Trying to think who the hell else is still down there. Do you know Emilio? He's up on the lot normally, and he's up like on the side, and he's got a brother, Francisco, I think his name is. $418. Yeah, that's about like mine was. It's ridiculous. But you want to know what makes it really ridiculous? A little bit of pure gold is I got a 1-bedroom apartment and I was paying that kind of money all of a sudden. Off the hook. Craziness. Hey, Amir, is Amir still in the chat? Yeah, that's craziness. It's only going to get worse, too. And they're telling us, what's this say? Wait a minute. Global, I couldn't see that. Something come across the top of the screen. Telling us our carbon footprint's too big. Yeah, bullshit. Go talk to the people that have their own personal jets, fly around the world for lunch, dinner, and breakfast, and go to Paris, and then go over to Japan for some Kobe beef, and then get on their yacht. And, but meanwhile, you can't drive to work to earn your piss-ass little bit of chump change so you can live another day. They're going to take your mobile away from you, and you can ride a bike like you're over in Beijing with a mask on. They were doing that before COVID, man, because of smog. Over in China. It's off the hook. You got a 4-bedroom. Liz, pedaling their ass off up a hill with a mask on. Back before COVID even was a thing. Communism's lovely, isn't it? That's craziness. The shit they got to go through over there. In the winter, gas and electric together is a little over 200. Yep. Yeah, me too. It's disgusting. We're walking down Maryland Avenue. I know. What are they afraid of? I don't get it. You know what? That's crock of shit. They don't even understand the science of that anyway. That's not doing shit for you. The COVID was, the virus was so small, it could slip through the mask anyway. It's all that does is stop you from spraying or spitting a little bit. But they're wearing that like it's a talisman to protect them from evil or something. And it's ridiculous. 90 degrees out, and they got a bacteria sponge over the face because that's all it is at that point. Nice and warm, your sweat and everything. It's nothing more than a farm, a farm for some bacteria growing on your lip. Yeah, screw these masks. Exactly. That's like trying to stop mosquitoes from entering your backyard with a chain link fence, Shit's too small. It's going to pass through. Speaking of mosquitoes, I did hear something about there's some new threat with mosquitoes now, of course. All that rain they got, and it's laying around, all these floods. Nice crop of mosquitoes ought to wipe some people out if they get like what the hell, dengue fever, yellow fever, or any other malaria. Just say it probably makes it worse. People wearing masks with heart problem. Exactly. Not getting enough air. You're right. It's not good for you. And you know another thing, back in the day when people worked in textile factories and shit, they got something called, I think it was cotton lung, microscopic fibers that were in the air and shit. Well, if you're walking around with a cotton mask on all day for months at a time, who's to say you ain't breathing some of them fibers in and it's planting in your fucking lung, and then mucus grows around it and then bacteria, and then boom, you got some kind of infection. Just a guess. I'm not a doctor, you two. I'm just putting that out there. Just a theory. You gotta watch what you say with them. That they're like constantly trying to say medical misinformation. And you know, the funny thing is, a lot of the stuff proved to be true later on. How about what's that say, the kids that have speech problems? Yes, exactly. Deaf people need to read lips to communicate sometimes. You know, and if you have your lips covered, they don't know what the hell you're saying. Yep. Yeah, it's crazy. Nothing good came out of that wearing the mask, and they made the children wear them longer. Like after they told us we could take them off and shit, a couple months later, kids are still in school, traumatized, wearing these damn masks. Yeah. Yeah, no, there's a purpose and a place for them. Not 24 hours a day wearing them. I bet you there's people that sleep and shower with the damn thing on by themselves, like they drive in the car and they got a mask and gloves on. You ever see that routine? Nobody else in the car. The fuck are it? What? I don't get it. What's that about? Yeah, it's crazy as shit. You know what I mean? It's off the. They look like. I've seen a lady that looked like she worked in a kitchen cafeteria from school. You know, the rubber gloves up to here and shit almost, and the mask, and driving down the road, and I was laughing my ass off. Actually, it's funny, but it isn't funny. These people are traumatized by this shit. Yeah. Yeah, warp speed bullshit. Yep. You know, the thing is why is Trump not making a bigger deal? Because it was his idea, but here's the problem. People lost their fucking living. People lost their career because they wouldn't get that damn thing. Why is Trump still trying to say it's the greatest thing under the, you know, that's bullshit. That was garbage. You don't go and tell somebody they're going to take what you're going to give them without any, you know, it's bullshit. It's bullshit. Forcing a medical procedure on someone that doesn't want it. Yep, exactly. It's still affecting people too. Let me change this one out. That thing's getting right in my eyes at light. Yep. Yeah, exactly. Well, people have such a short memory for shit anymore. You got like a microwave society. They can only stay on one subject for about 10 seconds and then it's on to something else. They, yeah, they're pissed off for a minute about what the government just did to us. And then the next day they forgot it and they're, you know, the government puts out some shit and distracts them and they never think to like raise hell about the original thing that pissed them off. It's insane. My husband lost his job in the middle of 2020. It took 6 months to find another job and almost lost everything. Exactly. It's crazy as hell, dude. It starts to mess with your head too. You know, you start thinking, you know, like it fucks your mind up. You know, when you lose a job like that for something that wasn't even your fault. And why is Trump not remembering that part of it? You know, how great he was at warp speed. You know what? First off, you don't rush medical stuff anyway. They usually take 10, 15 years or longer to put something out on the market, and they were trying to get that the hell out of there right away when ivermectin would have worked, or what was the other shit? Can't think of it now. Quinine and different things they had, that natural thing. You don't want to hear the weird thing? Before that shit went down, thousands of herbalists, naturopaths, people that used alternate medicine, doctors and stuff, they were dying everywhere, mysteriously, falling down steps, breaking their neck, dropping out of windows. Someone was killing them because they knew they were getting ready to release something, and they were trying. That's my opinion. I can't prove that, but also bankers were dying. A lot of bankers died. Nobody's talking about that anymore. Like a shit ton of them. They're committing suicide and all kinds of shit. And nobody says anything anymore because we don't have any kind of memory left. I think we're all suffering from some form of Alzheimer's, probably from all the fucking chemtrails they're dumping over our heads that you can see up there that damn well isn't just water. Water doesn't hang there like that and spread out like that. Colloidal silver, yeah. Yeah, that shit, that was getting kind of creepy. Felt like we were in the Twilight Zone when all that shit went down. You know what? I better check how much battery I got left. Hang on. I got 19% on that. Let me see the other one. Nobody's even on the other live stream, I don't think. 34%. Let's see if there's anything in here. %34 on that battery. If by chance I run out of battery, jump over the other live stream. Yep, exactly. You're right. People are living check to check, but they're telling you to be prepared and have all the stuff saved up. If you weren't doing it all along, you're kind of stuck now. The thing is people think that they might have, hundreds of pounds of food stored away, whatever. And maybe they got guns and this and that. But all they got to do to take that off from you is throw some weather weapons at you and have a tornado rip through your house and blow your fucking rice down the street and everything else, or flood it out, You're prepared except time. The only thing, what's that? My GMA would eat was buttermilk and cornbread. And I remember, going to 6 different stores to find buttermilk and couldn't find any. I cried that day. Yeah. If it's ever hit if the shit ever hits the fan, yep, people wouldn't know what to do. And you know what, Wiz? I think we're maybe even days away from some kind of fucked up thing happening. Something like a 9/11 type thing. Hate to say that. Something's coming. Yeah, toilet paper yeah, exactly. Exactly. You know what was screwed up, dude? When COVID came out, you couldn't find a can of fucking Lysol to save your life. Literally save your life, evidently, with it. They were hoarding it. It wasn't even getting out there because they didn't want anybody to have any way to fight against the common cold that they renamed. Because it's more or less what it was. It might have been severe, it's been played around with in the lab, made stronger. Yeah, right. Well, now you're going to have all kinds of, you know what? The flooding, all this goes hands in hand with all the disease that's going to crop up from the flooding. You know, animals died and drowned in that. It's going to get typhus and uh, all kinds of diseases, salmonella, you name it. Everything that water is going to get contaminated wherever it flooded. Yeah, it's going to sewage water is going to get in there, dead animals, and that's what they're hoping for. It's probably why they're doing it so much. And then the heat's making it worse. Exactly. So it's that's why we bought the farm. Yeah, exactly. And won't be long. They're going to try to take that farm probably. You know something? China's been over there buying all our farmland, and we're letting them. Nobody's putting a stop to that. That's our food supply. Someone sold us out to China, and I think it's Biden and his crew. You know, we owe China so much money, they made some kind of deal. I guarantee it, behind our backs. Man, it's getting humid as shit in this car. Let me see if I can get any kind of fan here. It ain't gonna stay cold for too long. A little bit. Yeah. Evidently there's problems with the phone systems too and electricity. They're trying to put us in the dark, by the way. I said this earlier about the telephone poles snapped off from a storm over, and it started. There was one a couple weeks ago in Nevada by I think it was near Reno, and literally they show like down the street for miles telephone poles snapped in half. Okay, and then there's trees left alone. It's the same thing they did with the fires in Maui and shit. It'd be like a bunch of shit melted and stuff, and then right next to it, a tree or something wasn't even. It didn't make any sense. It's direct energy weapons, probably. It's that people panic if it's just primitive camping. Yeah, right? I started to just recently feel like all the shit's going down. I felt like just wandering into the woods and telling everybody to go fuck themselves. Let's go live out in the woods. Yeah. It's a bitch though trying to shoot a nuke out of the air with a 22 rifle though. Because that's the real threat now. Russia's probably going to hit us with a fucking missile and we're all dust in the wind. You go, yep, yard sales, yep, on the weekends. Yeah, I get it, yep. All the cleaning products, people. Exactly. Hoard selling them, yep. Yep. Exactly, dude. Did you ever go to any of the auctions? Like back in the day, there was one up. I can't think of the name. Is John? It's up near Hokehessen or something, near Lantana Square. I can't remember. The guy died though. I can't remember his name. He said auctions. What's it? If it's a nuke, so be it. I'll sit on my porch and wait for my end. Right? Right. Bust out a 6-pack of beer and just drink till you know no longer existing. What can you do if a nuke's falling? Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. John something. I can't remember his name. He died a few years ago. I tell you, a neat place to go. You know where Good Deals is? Did you ever hear Good Deals, Wiz? It's up by Delaware Park, but on Limestone Road, and where 4 and Limestone go, and then you go back towards Delaware Park. If you keep going, there's a little white building there. It's called, what's that? I actually went down to Maryland today. Northeast, yeah, and the farmers market. Right. Yeah, but if you ever get a chance, check out Good Deals. What the guy does, he does clean outs, right? And he's got all kinds of neat shit he comes across, and he's reasonable. And then what happens is, if the stuff's hanging around each week, the price goes down. You can walk in there. If someone didn't happen to see something, you get it for free if it just sat there for a few weeks. And it's a smart move because you can sit there and hang on to shit. And you're just filling up, your shop with stuff that's not moving. This guy John, he sells it. If he don't sell it, eventually he'll throw it the fuck out, because he did a clean out. He gets paid for it, and then the extra money is if they find anything they can sell, and it sells. And each week it goes down 10%. You got to check it out. It's called Good Deals. Yeah, that's Telegraph Road. It's by the CVS. It's the building by the CVS. Yes, exactly. It's across the street from, I think. Yeah, no, it's right next to CVS. And there's like a gas station a little bit back, Exxon up the street. Yes, right next to CVS. It's open Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Man, I tell you what, guy's doing a killing business because he's not greedy. You can get it's called Good Deals, and you can get a good deal there. Got to check it out, dude. You'll thank me for that. Some good shit in there usually. Yep. Probably going to end the live stream. I want to go in and take a cold shower, man. I got done work. I'm still in my uniform. I just started doing a live stream, and it's hot as shit out here. What's that saying? No. You ever watch New York Prepper? Now I'm going to kill this live stream. Maybe he's been on it for a while. Let's see. Leave the other one running for a couple more minutes. What's it say? I ride by there all the time. Is the place with the wagon outside. Exactly, dude. Got to check it out. You'll like it. Well, the Blue Rocks season's coming to an end in first week of September. So I'm going to be, actually, I got another job. I'm starting in August 1st, but I'm going to be waiting to see what's this say? Wait a minute. Yeah. Do you go down? That's Telegraph Road, that one road that rolls by it. And if you keep going, there's that bridge there. Trucks get stuck under it all the time. And there's a sign saying if your truck's more than like so many feet, don't even try it. And idiots always try to make that shortcut and go through there, and they get their truck stuck in there. Yep, exactly. Exactly. Right? Yeah, I think I'm gonna call it a night, dude. Thanks for stopping by, Wiz. Check that out. Check what's that? That bridge is old as hell. That's right. That's right. And anybody else who's on there, a little bit of pure gold, thank you for stopping by. And anybody else is on there, Tammy, I'm not sure who else was still there. Amir was on there. I don't know. Have a good one, guys. I'm gonna go in and get a nice cold shower and chill out. See you guys later. I'll probably do a live stream maybe tomorrow. Yeah, check it out, bro. All right, have a good one, dude. Wait a minute, I'm trying to turn this thing off. There you go.